going, everybody? It's Shinigami, and we got yourselves another Pokemon video for today. Now, like, again, I am a Pokemon fan. I get my criticism of Pokemon, but also, I still love it, okay? And I've been watching a lot of videos still, and I like to theorize, and you know what? I like to throw my hat in the ring, give myself a little perspective of what I think could happen, what happened, and what forth, right? So, a YouTuber that I follow, since probably Black and White. It's been a long time. So, if any of y'all know a YouTuber by the name of Titar, he's been making Pokemon videos, God knows how long, but it's definitely been over 10 years. And for at least Scarlet and Violet, I remember when he made this video, it made sense, right? And not a lot of people were giving him credit. I will feel his ego, whatever the fuck. I'll even tag him on this shit, see if he even gives a fuck. But I'm going to discuss what I think could be the effects of the 19th Tera type, or first and foremost, what it will do for the Pokemon games in general, battle-wise, right? I love the competitive battle scene. I love just competition in general. I'm just a very competitive person. So for me, I've always wanted to get into, competitive Pokemon. But to be fair, I kind of make a lot of stupid decisions. And so it doesn't work out, unfortunately. But with Scarlet and Violet, yes, the buggy, glitchy bullshit that they've got still going on. Whatever. Okay. I'm just going to be focusing what's going on with their new announcement, right? So at the end of Worlds, they had showed a new video unveiling the types for the Paradox Raikou, Paradox Cobalion. Those were Electric Dragon and then Psychic Steel. Alright, cool. And at the end of it, since this has to deal with Indigo Disc, they also showed off what looks like the 19th Tera type. Well, before anybody really saw or knew about it, because they didn't post it yet. But Pokemon is very sneaky about it, and so they posted it up right here. Bada boom, baby. So, right here it is said, the 19th Tera type has been discovered. The terrestrial phenomenon first appeared in obviously Scarlet and Violet. Grant special powers, blah blah. It's temporary, we understand that. And also, obviously, it gives a whole bunch of different strategies. To be fair, some of the strategies are very easy to kind of predict once you know what the Tera type that they're using is. And also the fact that the grind to have to change a Tera type is so fucking monumentous. 50 fucking Tera shards, yikes. But whatever. Yeah, right now they got the example of Excalibur, and if you see here on the right side, it shows right here the Tera type being some kind of rainbow. I'll get into my theories of what I think that is, but before and foremost, I wanted to give this man his due. So let me mute myself.
What's up, guys? It's Titar, and today we're talking about the 19th Pokemon type. Now I know what you're thinking, Titar. There's no way they're introducing a 19th type in Pokemon. But listen, this is what you're thinking right now. Watch how you'll feel at the end of the video. The last type introduced was Fairy. That's the 18th type. I'm talking about the 19th. Now, when it comes to introducing a new type, the big problem is that it disrupts the system. You gotta learn all these new weaknesses, a bunch of Pokemon get retyped. It's a hassle, and Game Freak has it figured out right now, where these 18 types just work. There will never be no rubber type, no lava type that'll go to older Pokemon like Slugma and change the game again. With Tropius, in fact, unless there's a major retcon, it solidifies that there will only ever be 18 types in Pokemon. You can see him on his back.
So what I want to get in, so what I want to talk about with what he's referencing, there has been like that whole, if there was a Pokemon with all the types, what would it be weak to? That came down to it being weak to rock. Don't know how, don't know what, whatever. Well, I do know how. I remember watching the videos, but it's too long to explain in this video. So I kind of wonder. I'm pretty sure they're not going to go down that path, because we do know this 19th Tera type, obviously, like he says, would it disrupt the whole like strategy based of like, oh, what is this week 2, what is blah blah. What's easier, at least in my opinion, is you see it as a rainbow, right? My first thought kind of goes to Super Mario, that the star. When you turn into the fucking that transformation, you beat everything. You're invincible, right? So my thought process is this 19th Tera type becomes, he says in his video as well today, it is strong against everything, and what I'm adding to it is you're also resistant to everything. So not that you're not affected, but just you are not very affected by every single type. Because if you're that Tera type, the 19th Tera type, then everything else cannot be super effective against you, right? The only thing that would work is if those two 19th Tera types, I'm just gonna call them mysteries, if those two mystery types go against each other, then they would be basically strong against each other, because it's, you know, the 19th versus the 19th. But what he's going on, you know, I'll let it keep going. I'm just trying to make sure I add a little bit of transformative content.
Except, maybe not. See, on the podcast, we talked about the idea of introducing a new type. And the moment the words came out of our mouths, we realized this idea was going to happen. Either in this generation or a future Pokemon generation, Pokemon is going to introduce a 19th type, maybe a 20th type, and continue to go on. I know it sounds crazy, right? So let me explain. Terrapagus. When guessing Terrapagus's type, water is one I really like, but I don't think Terrapagus is gonna be one of the 18 types. He can control them all, which could make him a water type simply able to wield all of them as a byproduct of his power, or all 18 types are his main power and his. Which puts us at the first possibility, which is that Terrapagus is a normal type. Normal is looked at as its own.
That's probably that's the most I'll use from his video, just because, well, in that trailer they showed us, it was, I want to say confirmed, but it really wasn't. In my opinion, it was confirmed that whatchamacallit, the Terrapagus is a normal type. The reason I say that is in the trailer they showed us at the end of Worlds, you see the Pokemon that is actually getting the the new Tera type or whatever, and the way it, like, the crown like falls on top of them and in the location that they're in, other stuff like that, it gets me to just believe it's Terrapagus, right? And then when he does his thing, he'll actually turn into that form we see in Heath's book. Let me see now if I can find it. There we go. So let me skip this and show you what I mean. Yeah, they showed it's at the end of it. So, you know, fuck it. I'll go through the trailer right here just because, I mean, I kind of like the trailers in that way. So let's show. Alright, so my freeze frame. God, I keep forgetting to fucking do that. Anyways, my freeze frame right here is to show you basically what's right here on the side. You see that it is showing two normal type moves and then the Tera Blast turning into the 19th Tera type, right? It's a rainbow. Now let's just keep on playing. I'll keep it muted so that way I can actually talk over this shit. But when you see this, I can't tell if it is just a promotional video for it, or if this is actually gonna play. I don't think this would actually play in game. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, see, it says right there, not actual gameplay footage. Okay, so it shows right there this isn't gameplay footage. But the way that crown, you know, does what it does, and it does the whole little, like, whatever, I don't know, it just gets me to believe that that Pokemon right there is Terrapagus, and we see, or that we know it is a normal type. That's why I'm backing off of, or banking on T-Tar's theory of it being normal type, because it'd be the only one that would make sense, just like Arceus. He's a normal type, but he can turn into every single type. Unfortunately, you gotta give him a play for that shit, but still the same concept, right? He can be all the types. He just can't be all the types at once, unless you count the mystery, the question mark type that we had back in Gen 4 that was only in there for that, you know, short little while, basically just to make sure the game wouldn't fuck up if you somehow made Arceus the question mark type. But I feel like that could technically be the 19th Tera type as well. It would be, like I said, a type that is strong against everything and is resistant to everything. That is the only way that would work, at least in my opinion. Yeah, and that's pretty much in that trailer. But yeah, I am still on the fence with the DLC, right? Some of it seems very sleazy and all that crap, but also I do want to review it because being a Pokemon fan, yeah, I sometimes feel like an obligation to want to give my best foot forward on that stuff. I want to be honest when it comes to this stuff. I don't want to just be a rage baiter or someone that trying to just gets clicks off of, you know, triggering people. I'm not trying to. I'm just making content that I like, or that I'm needed, that I want to just throw out into the atmosphere, whatever you want to call it. But I definitely want to hear what you guys think of what the 19th Tera type is. Obviously, it's going to be temporary, but my theory, obviously, on what it is a type that is strong against everything, weak against nothing. And the fact that we see multiple Pokemon being able to use that Tera type, well, we'll find out more in December, because that's pretty much when it'll come out. Other than that, I am going to catch y'all next time. Thank you for watching this Pokemon video, and I will see you all next time. Have a good day, good evening, good night, or wherever you're from. Have a happy birthday if it is your birthday. And that's about it. Bye.